Hi, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I hope that wherever you are safe and you are well and protected. For those who are new, welcome. My name is Val, and welcome to A Light Heart Tarot. And for those who are subscribers or just returning back, welcome back to the sacred space. So, A Light Heart Tarot focuses on readings, connecting you with messages from those on the other side, also connecting you with tips as well as with healing words of wisdom and guidance. So today we have another pick a card reading, and it is what your loved ones in spirit want you to know. There have been a lot of requests for this type of reading, not only from you, but also from those on the other side, as it allows them to really share as many messages at once as possible. So for those who are new, just so you know, there are 3 piles here. We have pile 1, which is the Alterna deck it's from the El Qui Oracle, and this is the Alterna card. So she who becomes metamorphosis and transcendence. And it's this beautiful triple quartz pendant. We have pile 2, which is she who whispers, Consia, secrets and confessions. And here's a singular quartz pendant. And then 3, she who dreams, Isra, escape, dreams, and fantasy. And we have a black tourmaline. So take your time and meditate on which pile that you feel most drawn to. Again, for those who are new, know that for each of these piles, when I work with spirit, I ask them to move into the pile that is most connected to their thematic and to the cards that I'm going to pull out. So you will probably see messages, you will hear something, you will see an image that will instantly connect with you. And you may also decide that you want to go to the other piles, and you may find something there that you will instantly connect to. Know that in these readings, Spirit is drawing you to where they want you to look to get the most messages and guidance and nuggets of love as possible. I also say take what resonates and always leave what doesn't resonate with you, because these readings are for so many people who watch this channel. But if you also feel that this message may be for someone else that you know, please feel free to like and to share. So, the final thing I'm going to say is that there are tarot cards in these piles as well. I do not read them for this type of reading as a traditional tarot. They're mostly symbols to help me to connect to the energy and read the story. So if you see an image and I say something totally opposite, just know that I'm reading from a different energy. Okay, I've spoken too much, so now let's start with the piles. So again, we have pile 1, Aterna, pile 2, Consia, and pile 3, Isra. So close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold it and release. And as you connect with your loved one, let your mind, let your heart, let that first spark of 1, 2, or 3 come into your mind, and allow yourself to choose the pile that you are most led to. And if you want to pause, you can pause. Do whatever you feel most comfortable with. And we're going to start now with the reading. So I'm going to move these to the side. And we will start with the Arterna. So first of all, I was drawn to this beautiful triple quartz points. If you've seen other quartz that I've had in my readings, I call all of these beauties perfectly imperfect. There are imperfections here, there are cracks, and each one of them has gone through pressure. It's gone through challenges. It's broken apart many different times to become these 3 points. But they stand up and they change and they morph and they become, from being broken down, they become something beautiful. And so it is no coincidence that the card that we pick as your top card is She Who Becomes, Arterna. It's metamorphosis, transcendence, and a journey. And as you can see, it feels like being in a womb. And it's this part of it is allowing you to just really go inside and to go within. Another part of it feels that you have to move into this transformation, move into this metamorphosis, and you're also healing your heart. And with the colors here, we have the fiery reds, we have the yellows, and so there is all of these emotions. Although she is looking very calm and very serene, there are a lot of emotions that are moving inside of her. Anger, depression, sadness, contemplation, loneliness, reverence, holding on to memories, feeling immense amount of love. And she's doing all of this, but again, while keeping this very calm face. And so let's see what your person wants you to know. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and we have the 10 of Wands. I feel here with this layout right now, your person, and again, for the gender, take it however it applies for you. But your person, you had a beautiful and happy home with this person, whether it was through a marriage, a commitment, a long-term relationship. There was so much love, so much abundance and bounty. There was celebration. There was this real connection. And I'm feeling with the 3 of Cups, this was a connection in which the two of you had shared many lifetimes with each other. And you came back stronger. And I'm hearing taking on the world. And so this was your person, your foundation, your rock. And when they passed, it created this deep moving within, this deep sadness, heavy burdens, this feeling of you being robbed. So I'm also hearing for some of you, this person may have been younger. So they may have been at an age in which you feel that they were robbed of their life, robbed of their youth. And they didn't have time to live out their whole life, and especially with you. And they didn't have the time to really enjoy everything that life had to offer. And you were thrown into this, what I call the club that we didn't ask to be a part of. into this world in which you are holding on to heavy burdens. You are now carrying the load. For some of you, you may have children and a family that you are now taking care of. And whereas you had help before and you had this solid family unit, now it's just you by yourself. And you're doing all of it, as we go back to this card here, you're doing all of it with a calm face, with a smile on your face. However, there's all of this emotion within, the anger, the rage, the sadness. But no one sees it and no one knows that this is what you're going through. We have Cernunnos, life force, express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased. And we have Lady Portia, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I'm feeling that for some of you, you dream about your person. There's a lot of still sexual passion, and you have these fantasies about your person. And they feel, when you enter them, you feel, oh, this is just a dream, it's just a fantasy. But Spirit wants me to tell you, and your person wants me to tell you, that these are not fantasies when you are having these dreams with your person. If you've watched any of my other videos, I have mentioned that our loved ones can come to us into our dream state because our ego is least likely to kick our loved one's energy out. We have give back. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It is about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it is highly likely that someone really needs it today. So are you feeling that your children are in need of more of your time, in need of that fun energy? Are you feeling that there are projects that your person was involved in that you want to take the mantle for and see it to completion? I'm feeling for some of you, your person had a charity that they were involved in, or you are now going to start giving to a charity in remembrance of your person. Doing these types of activities as well, whether it is with your children, if you all are volunteering together doing a charitable act, or whether you are setting up a fund or some type of charitable activity, this is going to bring more people and opportunities into your life. Because remember, as I said here, you've been carrying a heavy burden, and I feel especially during this time, in the time of COVID, and just with everything being upside down with our new normal, with school and jobs and things like that, for some of you, you may be struggling with finances or juggling to keep everything afloat, and that is to manage your kids' school schedules, to also do your job or your business. And so there's a lot going on right now, but you've been keeping it under wraps. So you've been hiding just the stress and that feeling of being overwhelmed. And these opportunities are going to present moments that are going to assist you, to help you through the struggles and that feeling of being overwhelmed. We have the Confront card, the Trust, and the Sacral Chakra. So again, this goes with the Life Force card, in which there is so much creative and sexual energy that is still towards your person. What I'm being told by Spirit is that energy is also turning into creative energy. It is allowing you to connect with your person on a spiritual level, It is allowing you in your dreamscape to still feel that person, your person's presence with them. But at the same time, because you have their energy around you and because you are connecting with them on such this energetic level, you are finding also in your dreams that you are getting ideas and you are getting what I call little hints and breadcrumbs into ways to help you with what is going on right now in your life on this journey, because you are on a journey and your life obviously is changing in so many ways. One, because of the loss of this person who is such a huge part of your life, your world, someone who you love immensely. But at the same time, there is another journey going on in which you are now being moved into onto another path. So the life that you had before is going to be different when you in a few years from now. And different meaning where you're going to live, different meaning the type of job you're going to have, different in the type of people who you surround yourself with. There's going to be more opportunities. There's going to be a new job that's going to come up. I'm feeling just new life is being brought into this situation to help support you and your family. And your person is leading the way. And they're going to do it through your dreams, but they're bringing you new beginnings. And I realize I didn't read this one, but it says that everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. And your final messages are: try not to worry. We will bring helpful people into your life. So this is what I was saying here. As you start moving onto your journey, people are going to come into your life who are going to help you support your family, help move you into this place where you feel stable, where you feel supported, and where you feel you no longer feel the burdens here. We also have tune into the rhythm of nature. Let us connect together there. So this is a nature I've seen in multiple places here. We have it here, here, here. And so the two of you may have really felt most connected when you went hiking or when you went out to the beach or places like that. So this card is just a reminder, when you want to connect with them in the 3D and not just in your dreams, walk out in nature. Take off your shoes, put your feet into the grass, close your eyes, and you can feel their energy around them and in your heart. And they're bringing in all of this beautiful, loving energy. And I feel here with the sparkles, it's telling you there's new life that is coming in. And the final is we have fun, and you too must enjoy yourself. And so your person recognizes that you were doing so much by yourself, trying to hold everything on your shoulders, and you are holding so much in, so much emotion in, you're holding so much grief and sadness in, but you're distracting yourself with work so that you do not have to allow yourself sometimes to feel. And they want you to know that it is okay for you to go out and enjoy yourself. On the other side, if you listen to any of my other readings about what happens when we die, once we cross over and we go through our life review, our loved ones in spirit, they move into a regular life just as we're living here. Some of them have jobs, they have homes, they go on vacation, they travel, they do all these things. And so they're living life with their loved ones who are also in spirit, and they're coming into the 3D, into the physical, to help you and to serve as your guide and to be there for you. But they're also letting you know that you do not need to feel bad about having fun, whether that is not saying you need to go to Vegas and have a wild party or anything like that, but they're saying allow yourself to go to the places that brought the two of you joy. So here we have the beach, and I was saying again that the two of you may have had those beautiful moments when you went hiking, you went to the beach, you traveled. Allow yourself to bring that joy, that feeling back to you and your family. They're asking, they're begging for you, because when you're happy, they're happy. And they're also able to share that joy with you too. And so that's why they want you to move into that happy energy. So let's go into the numbers, and then I'll also do the initials. For those of you who are wearing earphones, just know that I'm going to turn the numbers kind of quickly, or the letters. And so just be careful for those who have sensitive ears. So we have the number 2 here, which talks about unions. And so again, this may, for some of you, the energy that's coming in is a partner, is a love interest, someone that you are either married to, you're in a relationship with, a commitment with. We have 40, which moves into 4, which talks about foundation. So you all had a very solid foundation in your relationship. We have the 1 and 8, which comes to a 9, and that is this wish fulfillment. So this is talking about opportunities and new beginnings that are coming into your life to help support you. We have a 10, which talks about completion. So again, this is new beginnings, new opportunities. As I said, your life before, when you look at it 5 years from now, is going to be completely different. We also have the 8, leaving those things that no longer serve you. So as you're moving onto this journey, as you are taking care of the family and going into your work, moving into these new opportunities, meeting new people who are here to come and help you, you're going to start letting go of either old relationships or the fear of wanting to bury yourself in work, and perhaps to go out and have fun with your family, self-pampering for yourself, and to just allow yourself to feel and to just be. And so Spirit is going to guide you into that process of letting go. And I'm just going to pull a couple of initials here. Okay, we have a Q, a V, a G, a U, and a R. So we have the number 10, which we talked about, that talks about completion, the 4, which is the foundation. We also have the 2, which is the duality and the couple. The 1s, which talk about, again, twin flames. It could also talk about manifestation, creating new opportunities in your life. And we have the 3, which is partnerships and people coming together. So that is another beautiful card of new people coming into your life and new opportunities. And 6, which is divine love. And so what a beautiful reading here. It's of your loved one coming in to show you that they are with you, to show you that just as you are longing for them, they long for you, and they have so much love to give to you, and so much just beautiful, beautiful energy to give to you. They're asking you to become, it's like the butterfly. So you're moving in the stages of the butterfly. When the caterpillar moves into the chrysalis phase and then goes into its cocoon, there's a lot that goes on. And if you've ever seen this up close, it looks painful and it looks violent when they do a close-up of how the caterpillar changes into the butterfly. But in that pain and in that really dramatic transformation comes this beautiful butterfly. And they want you to know that in this traumatic and horrible and tough and sad and heartbreaking situation where you are now left alone to carry it all on your shoulders. They're letting you know that they are here to help you and that you are transforming and you are becoming, and they can't wait to see what you become. So I hope that this reading provided some type of clarity. Please like and share if you think that this message may be for someone that you know. And if you want to come with me into pile number 2, please feel free to do so. Just also to let you know, I have on Facebook a group called Village of Lights. I also have another group called A Light in the Chaos that is for people on the journey of grief or on the spiritual journey. And so this is a sacred community where you can share, where you can get free meditations. Also, there are other readings that I do on those channels as well. And on my website, A Light in the Chaos, I have a blog that talks about my journey from grief into healing and communicating with the afterlife. On that site as well, free meditations, free tools, and guides on how to communicate, but also ways to heal and to provide tools to take it one step at a time. So, sending you all of my love and all of my just hugs and light. I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. Okay, so if you chose this singular quartz pendant and this top card of She Who Whispers or Kanshia, then this is your reading. The quartz crystal, just like the tri-tip 3-point pendant here, it is this crystal that helps you to clear negative energy. But it's also beautiful, even in spite of the chips and in spite of the imperfections. It allows itself to be vulnerable in a way. And in that vulnerability, it lets itself show its true beauty. And so this card here, from the Elqui Oracle, it's talking about allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to go deep within. And even sometimes we find when we go deep within, especially in this journey and process of grieving, we discover new things about ourselves. We discover new dimensions in our relationships with our loved ones in spirit. And we allow this deeper connection to develop. So here, this is a new deck. It's the Guardian Tarot. And as you can see, there is a very, when I first bought this deck, and when I opened it, I almost didn't want to use it because it just felt very jarring to me. But as I began to work with it and really began to feel that its energy, I realized just how apt this deck is in illustrating what we feel and what we can feel when we move in our grief. And so I have now it's become one of my favorite decks when I do this work, because it's pulling in that energy from our ancestors, not only from the people who have passed away, but also from our ancestors, in giving us that energy and that healing that we need in order to move through this healing and to take it one step at a time. So the first card that has come up is the Devil. The second is the King of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. So in this reading here, what I am seeing is it's somewhat similar to the reading in one, in which one was taking on a lot of burden and not letting anyone see the struggles and the pain that they were going through. And in here, we have a similar situation in which you can see that this energy is hiding itself. It's hiding who it is. And so this, you are in a period right now in which no one knows, and no one understands, and it's rightfully so that no one would ever understand what each person's individual grief and their journey is. But for right now especially, no one understands the pain and the anger that you are going through right now, because this is a card that shows like icy leaves and just this. It's like everything is like falling apart within yourself, not in your outside world. You're taking care of your world, your outside, your external world, but there is anger that is right now like just funneling through you, and no one knows. From the outside, they think that you're okay. From the outside, they're thinking, oh, he or she is getting through their grief very well. Or basically, he or she is burying themselves in work, and so they seem okay, but they don't realize that everything that you're masking and that you're hiding, and the anger that you have, and just the wish to go back to the way it was. In traditional tarot, the Four of Wands would talk about that solid foundation, but here we are clearly seeing the you in the physical and your person in spirit. So it is still that foundation, but now it is shifted. It is shifted as the two of you are no longer both here in this physical world. The two of you are now, this person has been taken away from you. You feel the rip, the pull from your being, from yourself. And he or she, you can see the longing, you can see the love, you can see just such love that this person has, that you have for your person, and that they have for you. However, it feels like it's a whisper. There is a longing, there is this sense of a part of you that's also missing. And that is where the anger comes in, and where this trying to keep a neutral face, a happy face, saying that I'm okay, everything's going to be okay. But inside, there is a lot of anger. For those who have listened to my other readings before, I've talked about my friend the Banshee. And the Banshee is that part of me whom I call grief. And she sits on my chest, and whenever that feeling of loss, the despair, the feeling of the recognition of having my person ripped from me, no longer with me, then she comes up, and she, just like you would think of what a banshee does, she wails through my body, and it's as if she's looking and searching, and she can't find. And because she can't find, it makes her even more angry. And she goes into this feeling of just despair and sadness loneliness, and she wants to be heard. And so she starts screaming, and I can feel it in my chest, and I know when she is coming up, because all of a sudden it's like someone is sitting on my chest. And if I could scream at that moment, I would. I have learned to scream, to go in my car and to scream out loud, to allow her to express that anger. Because for myself, in my everyday life, I may show to others that I'm okay, even though this banshee is telling me she's not okay and she needs to be able to express herself. There is this feeling when I look for some of you, there is a loss of a parent, a loss of a grandparent. This card here talks about the ancestral line, and even though they are not with you, they are always behind you. For some of you, I feel that you may feel on your left shoulder a tap on the shoulder. And for some of you, whomever this resonates with, you may also feel or hear your children, if you have children, nieces or nephews, who talk about seeing their loved one in spirit. And I would believe them. And I'm not saying that you would not believe them, but I know for sometimes for children, when they say they see people in spirit, when others become uncomfortable, they say, oh, who was that? Or they'll, sometimes children may not want to come forward and say that they've seen someone because they do not want to be shunned or feel like they're being judged or looked at. And I'm not saying this is coming from you, but whoever may be in the surroundings, to just allow this child and encourage them to keep that connection going. I'm also feeling for some of you, you are opening your third eye, and through your dreams, or also through meditation, you're connecting with your person. And your person is providing you with that wisdom, with that, the words of encouragement. I feel for some of you, I'm picking up that for some of you, and especially going back to the child here, there is something going on with a child family, a young family member. Because they may not be a child. They just mean, when I say child, I mean under 18. With a young family member, what I'm feeling depression. I'm feeling someone who is feeling loss, maybe anxiety as well. And these ancestors, your ancestors, grandparents, parents, even siblings are coming to you, and they are connecting with you in your third eye, through your dreams, through your meditations, and helping you with guidance on how to help this person. So if you could, keep a journal by your bed, because when you wake up, or if you're in meditation, you're going to wake up and you're going to have visions or thoughts or words in your head that's going to come up. And I think this is also what the secrets in the confession is, because it's creating even though your person is on the other side, you two are still creating that same strong bond. I feel that in this lifetime, well, in the physical lifetime, the two of you shared a really connective bond. You were very close. And the two of you are continuing to share that same deep connection on the other side. And so I would definitely recommend keeping a journal nearby, because it's so easy when we connect to those on the other side to be so overcome with joy and happiness to have that connection, that sometimes we forget what they tell us. But they're letting you know that they see your anger, and they see that you're doing so much to cover it up, but it's also okay to let it go, to scream it out, to express itself. And I can't make this up. The card let it go comes. So once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release the emotional constraints that have held you in the past. Trust in the higher good and the guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. So I am going to modify this a bit and not say let go of the outcome, because your person has passed away. You are experiencing a deep and everlasting loss. So you're not going to let go of the outcome. But what you can let go of is that heavy, that need to keep everything in, that need to say that everything is okay, everything's all right. Keep burying yourself in work, or pretending that everything's okay and you need to keep up a brave face. You're being called to allow vulnerability to come out. You're being called to let that go, to let the anger go, to let the sadness go. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to share stories, share those stories. You are being asked to allow yourself to just let it go and to let it move out of you, so that it's not staying within you. And be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you have achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. Here we have a peacock spirit, and this is just like pile 1 talks about transformation and change, but also as you have been really inside of yourself and inside of your emotions, I feel that sometimes you may judge when you do have those moments and that you do allow emotions to come out. You may judge yourself and say, oh, I shouldn't be crying. Oh, I should be stronger for those around me. And this is a call to let you know your loved one in spirit is asking for you to let yourself be vulnerable, let it go. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the love that you have for this person, and and if you need that to be seen, let it be seen. Do not hide it. And they're also asking for you to just ask, for there are many in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. And so our loved ones operate under the same rules as our angels and our spirit guides do. So if you are needing help because of free will, our loved ones will be around us, but they cannot come and help us until we ask for help and let them help us. So when you are in that feeling in which, and especially going back to those with this young child, if you're finding that you're looking for guidance and you need help with this, ask for help. Ask when you're in your meditation, what is it that I need to know? What is it that will help me with this situation? And again, if you carry your journal with you, you'll be surprised that there will be images, there'll be sounds, there'll be little hints that will help you figure out what it is that you can do to help the situation. We have Archangel Michael trusting heaven you are safe and surrender your concerns for a miracle is going to occur. Archangel Michael is a perfect spirit as well as an angel for those of you who believe in angels, just as powerful as the help that we can receive from our loved ones. If you call on Archangel Michael to help you with the anger, or help you with allowing yourself to let go of emotions, Archangel Michael has his blue flaming sword that will cut through everything that you're holding on to and will let you release it. We have Mother Mary, love and peace, let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So again, I'm just seeing this as another card that's just saying allow yourself to bring in that love into yourself so that then you can let go of the anger. Mother Mary also has a beautiful activation. It's called the Blue Cape. And when you're feeling in that need to be nurtured, because a lot of times the banshee, when she comes in and when she is screaming and in that anger, it creates that rawness and tenderness on the inside. And so we need to cover ourselves and protect ourselves. And so if you close your eyes and imagine Mother Mary wrapping a blue blanket around you, then you will be able to then feel that comfort and protection. Your loved one is letting you know that, again, if you ask, they will share with you all of these tools and all of these ways that you can bring healing into the situation. We have the lead card, for they're showing, again, even though that they may not be here in the physical, they are always going to help guide you and help you with whatever it is that you need on the other side. And we have the spread your wings. So this is you connecting to your higher self and connecting to the realm of spirit. And with their help, they're going to lead you into a brighter path. I'm seeing for some of you, there is a contract that you're going to sign. And so, and this will not resonate with all of you. So for some of you, there is a contract that you're going to need to sign. And you're going, and it's either with a house or it could be with a new job, but a job that requires you to sign like a deep contract. So this isn't like you getting like a temporary job. This is you and your probably forever job, but they're asking you to sign a contract. And you're looking at this, for some of you, you're going to be looking at this contract wondering, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this is right, if this is a something that I should take. And if you ask them for help and ask them to guide you, they're going to bring those people into your life who are going to help you make sure that everything in there has been reviewed properly. You fight for the things that you need to, and you are setting yourself up for the best way possible. So again, this is not going to resonate with all of you who are picking this pile, but this is for some of you that help is coming. And then the final messages are, we are easing the blockage which is holding you back. Go for it. Problems that have held you back are being cleared. We are monitoring it. And we are proud of you and aware of your achievement. So again, this is that same card, like to be proud of yourself with the peacock. So they want you to, for some of you, with these new opportunities that are coming up, they want you to be proud of everything that you've accomplished. They're also telling you that they're proud of you and proud of everything that you've done in life. For some of you, that I'm feeling where this is a parental or a grandparent relationship, you may in life have asked yourself, are they proud of me? Are they looking down on me, happy with the decisions that I've made for their highest good? Maybe it was in how you prepared their funeral or their arrangements, or how you've taken care of their family, or just have been the family leader. And they're letting you know that they are 100% proud of you. So there's nothing that you need to be ashamed of or to hide. They know that you're doing the best that you can, and they love you tremendously. So in looking at the numbers, we have 8 plus 3 equals 11. So this is manifestation. So again, we're looking at new opportunities that are coming into your life. And these numbers can resonate in many different ways, either resonating in what's going to happen in your life, or resonating because it has an attachment to your person in spirit. We have the 3 and 1, which is 4. So about foundations, about family. So again, these are for some of these, your person is someone who is a family member. As I said, a parent. I'm feeling a grandparent. And I'm also feeling even people who may not have been related to you, but have felt like family. 2 is the duality. So we also have where it could be your counterpart that may be coming in. We have another 4, so talking about foundations. 5, which, as you know, we talks about changes that are happening in our life. And I think that's it. So now I'm going to pull the initials and let's see what those come up with. Okay, so we have a K, a V, an M, a J, and a 3. A B, sorry. I was looking at the number. So the first name of your person, their initials can be a K, a V, an M, a J, or a B. In the numbers here, we have 5, which we talked about is change, 4, foundations, the 9, which is wishes fulfillment. So as I was talking about with the contract, for some of you, there may be a new opportunity coming in, and ask for your person's help to come in, to help guide and bring people into the situation, to help you read this contract, or to make sure that everything is reviewed and it all benefits you 100%. We have the M, which is 3, people, teamwork, celebration. So this new prospect that is going to come into your life is going to bring some prosperity and abundance. But also with the 3, it goes back to that feeling of celebration and those proud moments that your person has for you. We have 8, letting things that no longer serve us. And we have the other 3. We also have the 6. So the 6 talks about ancestors, also talks about art, talks about love. So know and feel all the love that is coming in here. And we have 7s, which talks about belief systems. And so the beliefs, I am interpreting it, is the belief that you have to do everything by yourself, and that you have to put on a strong face and be and not let others in, and to see the vulnerable side of you. So right now, this time is your loved one is asking for you to release those beliefs. And we also have the 12 coming in. So the 12 is a divine number, but it also goes back to the 3. So it goes into, again, celebration and teamwork. So I hope that this reading helped you and provided a little bit of clarity, some messages of love and hope. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me in the comments. Also, if you think that this message could be for someone that you know that may be helpful, please like and share. And also, just to let you know, I have a group on Facebook, a Village of Lights, as well as the Light in the Chaos, 2 private groups that is a sacred space where, for those of us on the grief journey, can come together, share stories, or just be held in love and in light. And also I have on my website, A Light in a Chaos, a blog that talks about my journey as a widow and moving through learning how to communicate with the other side. And also there are free meditations, free tools to help you connect, and also tips on how to reconnect with yourself and provide that strength that you need, especially in those moments when you're feeling that the day is getting tough, the moments are getting tough. There's a lot of good stuff there. So I leave you with this reading, or you can come with me into the next reading as well. But know that I send all my love, and I send all my light, and I send all of my positive energy to you. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. Okay, so if you have chosen this black tourmaline pendant and the Isra, She Who Dreams card from the El Qui Oracle, then this is your reading. The black tourmaline is a crystal that is used for psychic protection. It's also great to keep positive energy in your house. It is a great, what I call a beginner crystal. If you are someone who may be new to crystals and you're looking for And you've heard about the the clear quartz, but you're looking for another type of crystal that helps provide protection, but also connect you with spirit. This is a great crystal. I put the black tourmaline in the corner next to my door. So those who are coming into the house who have what I say the highest good, doesn't mean that they need to be perfect or great people, but just have good energy. Always making sure that good energy comes through the house. And if they do not have good energy, when they leave, the black tourmaline takes that energy with them. So my house always has this positive, high vibrational vibe, which allows me to then connect with spirit. Because, as a reminder, when we have a high vibrational energy around us, it becomes easier for us to connect with those on the other side. If you saw my video on how to communicate with those who have passed, our spirit, or those who are in spirit, are at a higher vibration. And we, because we're in the physical, we're at a lower vibration. So in order for the two of us to make that connection, we need to lift and raise our vibration, and they need to lower it a little bit. They can't lower it always down to where we are, because they are at such a higher vibration, but we can find a middle ground. And so black tourmaline is a really good crystal that helps to do that. And the card that you picked is She Who Dreams. So Isra, escape, dreams, and fantasy. So you may be someone who has been working on raising your vibration, meditating. I feel for some of you, you may be seeing mediums, but it's actually beyond that. It's working. I feel for some of you, this may not resonate with all of you. You may be working with a healer, such as a shaman, or someone who is helping you to move into the dreamscape that allows you to then connect on a higher level with your loved one. So again, that may not resonate with everyone, but I'm feeling with this card, you are actively connecting with your loved one in spirit, whether it's through meditation, it's through seeing signs and symbols, it is through you going into a dreamscape, or moving into some type of state that allows you to raise your vibration and to connect with your loved one. Okay, so let's see. We have the Eight of Swords, the Tower, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Chariot. So what I'm feeling right now, the first thing I'm seeing, if you're looking at the two postures of these women, it is this longing feeling, this feeling of protecting yourself. So the cards that are surrounding it, as you can see, a lot of sword energy. So you are, the first thing that I feel, it's pain, and you can see that literally in this card here. There is a lot of pain. So this feels to me, for some of you, also with the Chariot card coming up, that this passing has just recently happened. And it was a passing that was very quick, that just went just like that. And you didn't, it was like all of a sudden they were here, you were talking to them in your life, and just as quickly as they were here, then they were not here, and it ripped out this this part of you. And it was a physical rip. For some of you, it may be described as a physical heartbreak, a depression, or a traumatic grief. And a traumatic grief is when people experience such a deep grief that it's like being a prisoner in which you're playing the passing over and over again, or being in this it's like being in this where the world is just dark. There's no color. There may be people around you, but you cannot see them. You only see the grief. You only see the loss of the person who was your world. And this type of grief, usually you do not, in the 5 stages of grief, you can move through the different levels. So you can move through anger, denial, move into acceptance, moving into bargaining, and then you kind of go back and forth. But in this type of traumatic grief, you're in one space, and it is one space only, and you cannot, it's like a horse with blinders. And I'm sorry I'm having so much trouble expressing this, but this is the energy that I'm feeling. It's just this my head right now feels like it's a ball of yarn, and it's moving in all of these twists and turns. And there is someone, like I see a vision of someone trying to untangle it, but every time they try to untangle it, they tangle it even more. And so it's this never ending just entanglement. And so that's why the swords have come up, because there is so much playing out of the last days, I feel, for some of you. Also, for some of you, there is a lot of guilt. There is a lot of regret, the things that you should have done, you feel that you should have done, that you could have done better. Feelings of depression, feelings of just darkness. And again, it's all I can think of is like you going in and protecting yourself from the outside world, protecting your heart, protecting yourself from more pain and more hurt. And as you can see here, it's like the banshee, basically. So it's that never-ending feeling of, as for those of you who recall my story about the banshee, about this energy that just roams through your body, and it's filled with grief, it's filled with rage, it's filled with sadness, it's filled with loneliness, it's filled with regret and shame, it's filled with all of these things. And it's not hurting trying to hurt you, but it's trying to express just how deep this this separation is and how much you miss your person. So what does your person in spirit want you to know? So the first card that comes up is have fun. Stop. When was the last time you had fun? Where was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you. Something just for the joy of it. It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. I mean, so as you can see, this is a huge contrast from the energy that we're feeling here to what your loved one in spirit is trying to ask, is inviting you to do. Now, they understand that this is not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a journey. But they're asking, when you can, as you go into these moments of protecting yourself, maybe it is allowing yourself to, one moment at a time, just release the grip that you have, the having your mind play the story or replay the scene or the last conversations over and over again that is causing you sadness, and to bring in stories that have brought in laughter, that have brought in joy, those moments that have brought that levity. And they're asking, just take it one step at a time. And again, it doesn't have to be quick, and it doesn't and they're not asking for you to forget them. They're not asking for you to move on. They're just asking for you to, one step at a time. As you can see here, with you have that progression here, and you have the progression here, they're asking for you to each time just let the inner child heal. And as you let the inner child heal, to let the older woman heal. And as you allow them to speak their truth, to speak their anger, to speak their sadness, their fears, then you will let light come in little by little by little, and you will be able to release yourself from this bondage. And this is an important one to breathe. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So this is an important one. When I had recently lost Derek, and for some of you who've been following me, you know that I lost my memory for a while. And I have a best friend who every single morning for 6 years, she never stopped. For 6 years, every single morning, she would text me, breathe. Because for me, what was happening as I started replaying in my head the last moments that I saw Derek, the last moments that I was with him, and the moment when I found out that he had passed away, I was holding my breath. And I was letting all that grief and anger move into my muscles. I was hunching my shoulders a lot. Everything was in pain. I was just a shell. And she kept saying every single time, just breathe. And as I started to breathe, I realized when I paid attention to my own breath, and it's interesting when we pay attention to our actual breath, because obviously breathing is automatic, something happens and something shifts, and all of a sudden we become calmer. Our mind isn't racing that much, and we are more in the present. And in that present moment is where we feel the calmness and the peace. And those moments allows us to then bring in the little bit of clarity, the positive memories, the moments where I shared with Derek that made me laugh. And I would find myself moving out from a dark space into a positive space. There is also a technique, and I actually did this a couple of days ago. It's called breath work. And I wouldn't recommend it if you are someone who is has like a heart problem or anything like that. But if you're able to, and if you can find a person who practices this, it is controlled breathing, and it brings you into what you call peaks and waves. And in those moments when you're breathing and you're bringing all that oxygen into your body, it's easy for you to connect to your higher self and to connect to those in spirit. And so for me, I was able to make a connection. For me, it was a personal journey connecting to my higher self and to understanding what my life purpose is. But you can also use this breath work to connect you with your loved ones. So spirit and your loved ones want me to tell you, for those of you who are interested, look for someone who does breath work. So if you Google it, I'm sure that there'll be practitioners who will come up, and you can do some research. But that's going to help you center, realign yourself, and to then allow this heavy traumatic and trauma feeling that you've been experiencing to then lessen and let up a little bit. Let's see what else. So we have Krishna. which is devotion, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. And white eagle, the ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So I feel for some of you, this may be a male figure in your life who has passed away. And this is, again, is a sudden passing, because I see here we had the tower, but we also had the chariot that has come up as well. And this may be an opportunity where you can then provide healing, not only for yourself, but as you move through your understanding of how to connect with spirit, how to connect with your higher self, then you will be able to help the rest of the family do the same thing, and to find those little pockets of joy, to find those pockets of positive moments. And as a reminder, when we are able to move into that positive energy, it raises our vibration, and it allows then for our loved ones to be able to connect with us. If we are in this constant, if we're in this lower vibration of feeling guilt, feeling trapped, feeling empty inside, then it's harder for them to come from all the way up here to then come to the physical, and then to have to even lower their energy even more to be able to reach us. So they'll send you signs. They'll send you pennies from heaven. They'll send you butterflies. They'll send you bluebirds. They'll send you music, all these beautiful things, but you will not hear it. It will be like a whisper for some of you. And so that is why they're asking for you to move into this breath work, to move into having fun, and also to continue your devotion. And I see that as being the devoted, what I'm being told right now in my ears, older sister, being the responsible one, being the one to keep the family together. So you're being recognized for that role that you play, and they're very proud of you. They're also asking for you to go within. So this is another card where we see 3 cards now with the breathe, the 9 of Pentacles, and we also see it with the Isra, to going within. And this is a card that is asking you to meditate, to go within yourself, connect with the positive memories of you and your loved one, to be able to do some forgiveness work too for yourself, because as I said, some of you may be holding on to regret or guilt, but also do some forgiveness work if it is needed, if it resonates with the energy who has passed over, because it's going to help you again to release a lot of the fears, the guilt, all of the other heavy emotions that you may be feeling. And here's another card that talks about joy and stability. So here we have the 2 cards where your loved one is asking you to please bring in some fun into your life. Right now, you're feeling the heaviness of the grief. You're feeling like you're unstable. You're feeling like your heart has been split into multiple pieces, and they understand. They understand 100% out of anyone else, because even for myself as a reader who has gone through many passings, I do not understand what each one of you exactly are feeling. I can have empathy, I can be sympathetic, but I am not, until I am not you and I am not in your shoes. And so the nearest person who can understand what you're feeling is them, because they're the ones who love you so much. And so that is why when they give you these messages, they're coming from a place of love and a place of just asking for you to please, to do for them, to allow yourself to have fun, to heal, to reconnect with that inner child, to reconnect with the memories that the 2 of you have shared, and to allow that to bring you out of this tower moment and of this dark and this energy that is ripping you apart and keeping you, making you feel unstable. Let us hug you. Close your eyes as we hold you close. Believe in yourself and your abilities. We believe in you. Focus your mind on what you really want. We are helping. So this again talks about that not feeling stable. And so these 3 cards are just a reminder that they are going to be guiding you. This energy is going, they know how much work, how much dedication you have towards the family, how much you have sacrificed for the family. And they're letting you know that now it's your time. Focus on the things that you want. They're going to help you. If you feel right now, how can I do that? I have so many things on my plate. I have to take care of this. I have to take care of that. And also, sometimes for some of us, our thoughts and that fear of moving and living sometimes can keep us in one place, and they're letting you know they're holding your hand and take it step by step, day by day. Believe that you can do it. Believe that today is a really crappy day. Tomorrow may be a really crappy day. But the next day and the next day, it may be less crappy, and less crappy. And just believe that you will be able to get through this, because they know, they see your strength, they see your spirit, and they know that you will be able to get through it. And they're letting you know that when you feel those hugs or a tug on your shoulders, that's them giving you a hug. And so sometimes it's, again, if for those of you who have followed my other readings, our brain, which is like the bouncer, always tells us that didn't happen. Something fell on your shoulder, or maybe you bumped into something, or maybe you're having you're imagining it, or you're having nerve issues. I don't know. The brain tells us a lot of things because it doesn't want to believe that we're actually are communicating with someone in spirit. Know that this is your loved one. And when you feel that little tug, you feel that little pinch, close your eyes and allow yourself to breathe it in and feel the emotions that go with it, because they are with you. They love you. They are walking with you. And they are thanking you for all that you have provided, the support, the stability, the devotion you have provided to the family. And they want you to know that now is your time to breathe. You do not have to be the one to bear everything by yourself. And they're watching over you. So to do a little bit of numerology here, we have 2 and 8, which is 10, which talks about cycle completions. And so as you work through that breath work and move into your meditation, this cycle of the traumatic grief will start to slowly cycle out. So as I was saying, it goes from crappy to less, to less, to less. We have 30, which moves to a 3. So people are going to come into your life, and your person is going to bring people into your life to provide stability, to provide support, to provide an outlet, to allow you to be able to share, to be able to have fun, and to be able to refine who you are. The 1 and 5 is a 6, and so maybe there is going to be a childhood friend or a past relationship that will come in, and it will feel like it's out of nowhere. And know that this is your person bringing that person into your life. We have the 4, which talks about stability. So you have been the guiding light. You have been the stabilizer for everyone around you. And they are letting you know, your person in spirit, how much they appreciate that support that you have given. Now let them give that support back to you. We have 12, which is a divine number, and that talks about connecting to our higher self. But the 1 and 2 also talks about, again, teamwork and people coming into our lives to help us. And I think that's it for the numbers. So now I'm going to pull out the initials. So for those wearing earphones, just know I apologize if this hurts your ears. One moment. Okay, one fell. All right. We have a G, a K, an H, an R, a C, and a V. So the first initial of your person, these are the letters that their name would start with. For numbers, we have the 5, which talks about change taking place in your life. The 6, so romance, or a person from your past will be returning. 3, which is teamwork and people, new opportunities and people coming in. Foundations. Also the 8, letting go of things that no longer serve you. The 2 is another number about union, but I also see it as the 2, meaning you and your person in spirit are going to be a team as they come and they help you. 7 is about belief systems. So as you start moving into, you may, for some of you, start moving into a deeper spiritual practice, which will then help you to meditate longer, to have deeper connection with spirit. And that's going to also help you to heal a lot of inner child wounds, as well as to release the fear or release the guilt that some of you may have. This may not resonate with everyone. And we have the 9, which is wishes fulfillment. So this is new opportunities coming in. And I think that is it. I just keep hearing just to breathe, and to connect to your higher self. I'm seeing with a lot of the imagery here, we have a lot of blues. So it talks about your throat chakra. So for some of you who may be holding and bottling things up, if you can get a journal, that may help you to release some of the things that you wish that you could have said, or the things that is bothering you, to write that out. I'm also seeing here a lot of ancestor spirits that are coming around you. So knowing for some of you, as you start moving into your spiritual practice, you are also going to start moving into a mediumship practice as well, in which your loved ones will start connecting with you in spirit. So again, this may not resonate with everyone, but this is what I'm picking up with you being a light, and also just with the deep spiritual energy that I'm picking up. So I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope it provided clarity or some messages of peace and or comfort. And if you feel that this message was for someone else that you know, please feel free to like and share. And if you're interested, I have a group on Facebook, A Light in the Chaos, as well as Village of Lights. It is a sacred group, and it's a private group for people. If you want to share your story, you want to be held and supported as you're moving through this time, whatever it is that you need, this group will provide it for you from an emotional level. Also on my website, A Light in the Chaos, there's a blog that talks about my journey from through grief and into communicating with the afterlife. So there are free meditations, there are healings, there are tools, and just different stories that I share about my personal life, which may help as you each are finding your own journey and your path and walking through your path. But for all of you, whether you have followed me from group 1 all the way to 3, just breathe. and allow yourself to take it step by step, day by day, knowing that you're doing the best that you can, and your loved ones know that you're doing the best that you can, and let yourself feel what you need to feel. So with that, I leave you all, and I hope that you all have a good night, and I will see you for the next reading. Talk to you soon.